Let's talk about abs. Now these are what I call my winter abs. They're a little less defined. There's a little more love in the middle. Having visible abs is not a determinant of health. You can be really healthy with having no visible abs whatsoever, but you can also have really chiseled abs and be in poor metabolic health. Now this part is especially important for women. Hormones do not create fat. And if you see that out somewhere, they're trying to sell you something. I'm like a big fan of not sugarcoating anything. I just want to give you guys like the real details. Hormones can influence hunger, they can influence where fat is stored, and they can also influence sleep, which can influence cravings. And because I know someone's gonna say this in the comments, but Christina, what about like perimenopause and menopause? Listen, I'm almost 50. I know about menopause and perimenopause. I'm not a naturally thin person and I have to be really dedicated in order to see results. So think about this. If you grew up like I did in the 80s, we were naturally more active. We didn't have a choice. We were literally kicked out of the house and were forced to spend a majority of our life outside. We rode our bikes, we climbed trees, we played hide and seek. I mean, everything we did was pretty much an activity. And then after we graduate, some of us are going to college, some of us are getting full-time jobs. Some of you are having kids and having a full-time job, trying to take care of your family, trying to run after your kids. But then what happens when your kids graduate? You naturally become less active. You can only gain more fat if you're eating more calories than you're burning. So it's not that your metabolism is dramatically slowing down. I'm not talking about hypothyroidism. That is a very specific condition. But for most people, it's not the metabolism that changed. It's the activity. It's being a little bit more lenient with the food choices. Metabolism really doesn't dramatically slow down until around 60. So at this point, if you really want visible abs and it's really that important to you, you can increase your metabolic rate by actively lifting weights and building muscle, making sure that you're supporting that by getting enough protein, which means taking your current body weight in pounds or your goal weight and eating that amount of protein in grams per day. So if you weigh 130 pounds or your goal weight is 130 pounds and it's not too drastic from where you are, then you just eat 130 grams of protein a day. Make sure that you're getting enough veggies too and other whole foods like fruit and beans and whole grains, as long as it's something that your body can tolerate. Be more active, go for walks. It doesn't need to be super strenuous. And in order to lose fat, you have to be in a calorie deficit. You can create that by eating less food, or you can create that by exercising more, or a combination of both. And remember, if someone tells you they've got this amazing ab routine and it's gonna help you melt away the belly fat, run like the freaking wind.